Hi, and thank you for joining me today on today's video blog. I'm Steven Pilkington, and today we're going to discuss how do you create systems for your business so that you can build your business. So on today's video blog, I'm discussing building your business. We're near the end of 2023, or might be just if you might be watching this at the beginning of 2024. Now's the time to do a couple things that I think critically, when you look at it, can really make a huge difference in your business. So number one, look back and figure out, where did your business come from? And what are those things that worked really well for you? When we spend time doing that, we can start figuring out, where are we getting our most success? Part of this process I would strongly recommend is that whatever form of lead generation you're doing, and as a realtor, we are all lead generating. That might be in the form of networking with people. That might be in the form of going to events. That might be in the form of prospecting over the phone, doing social media, going to open houses and hosting those open houses. Look at the time that you're spending doing that, and then try and calculate how much time did you actually spend doing that, and then what's your hourly rate on that. And I'm gonna tell you in a minute why this is super important. So number one is look for the value centers in your business. When you identify the value centers, then you can do item number two here. Item number two is, we all have, as realtors, we're all expected to kind of be unicorns. We're doing everything everywhere all the time. We need to be great at communicating. We need to be great at selling, great at contracts, great at negotiation, understanding what properties are like in the workings of a house. There's a lot of activities. So this is something that was a real challenge for me to do and very eye-opening when I did it. It's called a time study and a competency study. So if you look at the time you spend, and you can do this over a day, I recommend, it's a big challenge, do it over a week. Write down, what did you do every 15 minutes of your working time? Now, write down those tasks and what they are. And then next to every single task that you do, is this something that you put an E at, meaning that you excel? Or put an L, meaning this is something that you potentially could leverage? Now that you spent a little time figuring out how much time you spent on lead generating your forms and getting that hourly rate, it can be really eye-opening. When I saw that my hourly rate for lead generating and acquiring new clients and servicing those clients was anywhere from $300 to over $1,000 an hour, it made me a lot more open, eager, and willing to invest in the leverage side of things to take things off my plate. So to finish out this number two, go through and write down everything you do during the day. Is it responding to an email? Is it paying a bill of yours? Is it calling a client back? Is it researching a property? Write down all of those tasks. And then what do you excel at? And then what can you potentially leverage? And then once you have that list of tasks, I would write down a star next to maybe the three things that you excel at most, and then write a star next to the three things that you could leverage most. Now you have the beginnings of a blueprint on how to focus your business in the year forward, so that you maximize the time that you excel and that you generate the most revenue, and then you look for resources to leverage off. And that can be a whole different video that we will do about leveraging the things so that you can live in your zone of greatness, which creates more energy and less just like sucking you dry. So we've got the two things now. We've got spending time looking at where your money's coming from, and then looking at where you're spending your activities. Now the third thing comes down to the implementation piece of that. There is no such thing as scaling a business without systems. Systems make the ordinary extraordinary. So depending on what your business might be, those systems might be using Excel spreadsheets, or using text replacement so you can save things and send to a client. That might be on your CTM. Are you writing out a big paragraph of explanation every time you send it to a potential agency agreement for a new buyer or for a new seller? Or are you taking anything that you did the year before, and if you did it more than once, or if it happened at least once per quarter, is there a process for it that you can streamline that? This might mean that you're adding on to your CRM so that you see that client communication that you did, maybe it doesn't need to involve you for all those steps. Maybe it can involve you for 6 or 12 or 4 of those steps, and then you can use that system on the other side. So hopefully you get some value out of this. The three big things that I would recommend you do is look at, if you want to scale your business, look at where you make your most money, those activities. Figure out all the activities you're doing so that you can now get a list of how you make your money and where you can leverage off so that you can spend either more time making money or more time doing the things you actually love and enjoy doing. And then number three, look at those items, and then how can you create a system that will scale so that from your client's perspective, from your life perspective, You're taking things off your plate by putting a technology in place to make it happen again and again and again. So again, I hope you got some value out of today's video call. If you did, please comment down below, shoot me a DM. Be happy to discuss any of these things with you in person. If you didn't, please let me know. If there's a future topic you'd like to hear me talk about, also please let me know. So until the next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video blog.